What if the way you walk, something you've done every single day of your life, was quietly putting you at risk without you even realizing it? Not because you're weak, not because you're aging too fast, but because of one small habit that almost everyone develops over time and no one ever corrects. Have you ever felt slightly unsteady for no clear reason? Or noticed that your steps have become shorter, slower, or less confident? Maybe you've brushed it off as normal aging, but what if that subtle change is actually a warning sign? And here's the real question. What if one simple adjustment, something you can do immediately, could drastically reduce your risk of falling, losing independence, or even facing a life-threatening injury after 70? Most people think preventing falls requires complicated exercises, expensive equipment, or hours in the gym. But that's not true. In reality, the most powerful fix is often the simplest. And it starts with how your foot meets the ground. In this video, you will discover what is likely happening in your walk right now, why it puts you at serious risk, and the one simple adjustment that can start protecting you immediately, starting with your very next step. No equipment, no gym, just one change that could genuinely save your life. Before we get into it, can you do us a quick favor? Like this video and subscribe to join our healthy community. Also, type yes in the comments section now so we can see how many of you are interested in this type of video. Alright, let's get started. Let me describe something and see if it sounds familiar. Imagine someone walking with very short, hesitant steps. Their feet barely lift off the ground, almost sliding forward instead of stepping. Their body leans slightly forward, their eyes are fixed downward, and their arms hardly move at all. This pattern is known as a shuffling gait, and it often develops slowly over time. It can start after a near fall or even just the fear of falling. What begins as a cautious adjustment gradually turns into a habit. Steps become shorter, the feet stop lifting properly, and posture begins to collapse forward. It may feel safer in the moment, but in reality, it is one of the riskiest ways to walk. Here is why. When your feet stay too close to the ground, even a small obstacle, a rug, a crack, or uneven pavement, can cause you to trip. Because your body is already leaning forward, there is almost no time to recover. The fall happens before your brain can react. Over time, this pattern also weakens your muscles and slows the communication between your brain and your legs. The good news is that this can be reversed with one simple change. Start every step with your heel. This natural movement, called a heel strike, helps you lift your foot, improve balance, lengthen your stride, and restore proper walking mechanics. One small adjustment, but it can completely transform the way you walk. Now let's move on to exercises that reinforce these changes. Exercise number 5. Conscious heel strike walk. Walking slowly in a hallway, pay close attention to one thing only: how your foot meets the floor. Take 10 steps forward, then 10 steps back, and repeat for 3 sets. The goal is not speed. The goal is control. Before each step, lift your foot clear of the ground, bring the heel slightly forward, and let the heel touch first instead of sliding or landing flat. Then allow the weight to roll through the foot and finish with a gentle push from the toes. That is a proper heel strike walk, and it is the natural pattern your body was designed to use. When people age or become cautious after a near fall, they often start shuffling with shorter steps, less foot clearance, and a forward-leaning posture. Research shows that these changes are linked with slower walking speed, less stable gait, and a higher fall risk in older adults. Other studies also show that when older adults walk with more conservative, flatter patterns, stability drops, especially on slippery or irregular surfaces. By contrast, heel-first strike training can improve walking mechanics, reduce excessive load on the knee, and help restore a more efficient stride pattern. Here's how to do the exercise correctly. Stand tall in a safe hallway, keep your eyes looking ahead, and take your first step by placing the heel down first. Do not drag the foot. Do not rush. Feel the heel contact, then roll through the sole until the toes finish the step. Keep your arms relaxed at your sides and let them move naturally. If you feel unsteady, walk next to a wall or countertop for safety. As you repeat the exercise, you are teaching your brain and legs to reconnect with a stronger, more stable walking pattern. Even a small amount of daily practice can help retrain your gait, improve toe clearance, and reduce the shuffling habit that makes falls more likely. Exercise number 4, high knee march. Now let's move to a simple movement that can make a big difference in how securely you walk. The high knee march. Stand behind a sturdy chair for support. Keep your chest tall and lift one knee at a time as high as you comfortably can. Do 15 repetitions on each leg, then rest briefly and repeat if needed. The goal is not to swing or rush the movement. The goal is to teach your body to lift the foot properly, engage the hip flexors, and rebuild the muscles that help clear the ground when you walk. As people age, reduced foot lift and shorter steps can contribute to shuffling, tripping, and falls. Research on older adults shows that gait changes such as shorter stride length, lower foot clearance, and poorer balance control are strongly associated with higher fall risk. Studies also show that training which improves gait mechanics and leg control can help older adults move more safely and efficiently. To do the exercise correctly, stand upright with your feet about hip width apart and use the chair only for light balance support, not for pulling yourself up. Raise one knee slowly, pause for a moment at the top, then lower it with control before switching sides. Keep your back straight, your shoulders relaxed, and your gaze forward. Do not lean backward or forward. If you feel pain, dizziness, or major instability, stop and reduce the range of motion. You can make the movement easier by lifting the knee a little lower or harder by adding a small pause at the top. Why does this matter? Because the muscles that lift your knees and feet are part of what keeps your steps confident and your toes from catching the ground. The more consistently you train this movement, the more your brain reinforces a stronger walking pattern. Even a few minutes a day can help improve coordination, support balance, and reduce the kind of cautious walking that often leads to falls. Exercise number 3, stride length walk. Now let's work on something that directly rebuilds a safer walking pattern. Stride length. Place a few markers on the floor, tape, small objects, or lines made with chalk, and use them as a guide to take slightly longer steps forward with your heel. The idea is not to force huge steps. The goal is to restore a natural, confident stride that helps you clear the ground, balance your body, and avoid the short shuffling pattern that raises fall risk. Research has shown that shorter stride length is linked to falls, functional decline, and even higher mortality in older adults. In one prospective study of older adults, a shorter normalized stride length predicted recurrent falls over 6 and 12 months, and it also predicted functional loss. A separate population study found that reduced stride length was associated with falls in older men. A meta-analysis of more than 14,000 older adults also confirmed that shorter stride length was a meaningful predictor of major adverse events, disability, and mortality. To do the exercise correctly, stand in a clear hallway or open room with your markers spaced just a little farther apart than your usual steps. Step forward slowly, land on your heel first, and let your body roll through the foot before pushing off with the toes. Keep your posture tall, your eyes forward, and your arms relaxed. Do not overreach or try to lengthen your stride so much that you lose balance. Start with 5 to 10 steps, turn carefully, and walk back the same way. Repeat for a few rounds, always staying in control. If needed, hold a wall or countertop lightly for safety. Why does this help? Because it trains your brain and legs to rebuild a stride that is long enough to clear obstacles but controlled enough to stay stable. Over time, this can improve coordination, reduce foot dragging, and make your walk look and feel more confident. Exercise number 2, slow motion walk. Now let's slow things down on purpose. For this drill, walk extremely slowly, taking about 3 to 4 seconds per step. That may feel unusual at first, but it is a powerful way to improve control, balance, and body awareness. When you slow your walk down, you force your brain, legs, and feet to work together more carefully instead of rushing into the next step. This matters because research shows that walking speed and balance are closely linked in older adults, and reduced balance control is associated with slower, less stable gait. Studies also show that older adults who walk regularly tend to have better postural stability and stronger lower leg muscles than those who are less active. That is why a slow motion walk can be a useful training tool. It gives your nervous system time to rebuild coordination and steadiness with each step. To do it correctly, stand in a safe, open space or near a wall for support if needed. Begin by shifting your weight onto one leg, then lift the other foot and place it down slowly, heel first. Take your time during the full step. Lift, move, land, roll through the foot, and push off. Count 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000 before placing the next foot. Keep your posture tall, your eyes forward, and your shoulders relaxed. Do not lean too far forward, and do not try to make the movement hard or exaggerated. The point is control, not effort. If you feel steady, repeat for several steps across the room. Then turn carefully and walk back the same way. Even a few minutes of this kind of practice can help reduce hurried, unsteady walking and strengthen the mental connection between balance and movement. Over time, that slower, more controlled pattern can carry over into daily walking and make every step safer. Exercise number 1. Obstacle step over. The last drill is designed to train one of the most important skills for safe walking: clearing obstacles without tripping. For this exercise, place a small object on the floor, such as a folded towel, foam roll, or soft block, and practice stepping over it slowly and carefully. The goal is not to jump or force a big lift. The goal is to teach your foot, ankle, knee, and brain to work together so your toes clear the obstacle safely. This matters because tripping over objects is one of the most common causes of falls in older adults, and research has shown that obstacle negotiation becomes more conservative with age, with shorter steps, slower crossing speed, and altered foot placement. Studies also show that older adults often increase toe clearance when stepping over obstacles, which reflects a protective strategy, but it can still be unstable if the movement is rushed or distracted. In other words, the body tries to protect itself, but it still needs training to do it well. To perform the exercise, stand a few feet away from the obstacle, look at it, and approach it with a controlled heel-first step. Lift your knee enough so your foot clears the object, then place the foot down with balance and control before stepping over with the other leg. Keep your posture tall, your eyes forward after the initial glance, and your arms relaxed. Start with a very small obstacle and use a wall or chair nearby if you need support. Do 5 to 10 crossings per side, resting as needed. Avoid rushing, dragging your toes, or turning the movement into a leap. The objective is calm, precise stepping. With repeated practice, this drill helps improve foot clearance, coordination, and confidence during everyday tasks like stepping over a curb, a rug, or a doorstep. It also teaches your nervous system to react more safely when something unexpected appears in your path, which is exactly what can help prevent a dangerous fall. Safety reminder: always practice these movements safely. Stay near a wall, countertop, or sturdy chair so you can steady yourself if needed. Wear non-slip shoes or go barefoot only on a clean, dry, and safe surface where you will not slide. Move slowly and stay in control. These exercises are about balance and coordination, not speed. If you feel pain, dizziness, shortness of breath, or any sudden discomfort, stop right away and rest. Do not push through symptoms. And if you already have existing health conditions such as arthritis, balance problems, heart issues, recent surgery, neuropathy, or a history of falls, speak with your doctor or healthcare provider before starting. The safest exercise is the one you can do with confidence and good control. The way you walk every day has a direct impact on your fall risk. A shuffling gait may seem careful, but it can actually make you less safe. When you return to a simple heel-first step and keep practicing these movements consistently, you help your muscles wake up, improve balance, and teach your body to move with more confidence again. This is not about being perfect. It is about being consistent. Small actions repeated every day can create real change, And that change helps protect something priceless: your independence. Being able to walk safely, move freely, and live without fear of falling is not a luxury. It is essential. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed yourself taking shorter steps or shuffling when you walk? Leave a comment with your age and where you are watching from. If this video helped you, comment 1. If it didn't, comment 0. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more practical health tips. Thank you for watching, and here's to staying strong, steady, and independent every single day.